One night I was sitting on the couch watching my favorite TV show, when I heard a voice say, "Come here my child, follow my voice." I did what the voice wanted and followed it into the kitchen. I was surprised to see a giant can of Chef Boyardee sitting in the middle of my kitchen. I stood there and stared in amazement, wondering what would happen next. Then, he broke the silence, and asked, "Why haven't you been eating your Chef Boyardee, my child?" I said I didn't like Chef Boyardee anymore. He said I was lying, and asked me to climb inside of him. I said no. Then, he pulled out a gun and said, "Get inside of me or I will kill you." I said okay, and climbed inside of him. The Chef Boyardee was like quicksand, the more you struggle, the quicker you sink. After a while, the Chef Boyardee consumed me, and I fell into a Chef Boyardee void. I fell for what seemed like hours, and then, a white light consumed me, and I woke up, laying on the floor in the kitchen. I was reborn, I was a new man. I stood up and said, "Thank you, Chef." He smiled, and floated into the floor. Ever since that night, I have been eating Chef Boyardee for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My friends don't like me anymore, because all I talk about is Chef Boyardee. But that didn't matter. I don't need them, because I will always have my Chef Boyardee. I like monkeys. The pet store was selling them for 5 cents a piece. I thought that odd since they were normally a couple thousand each. I bought 200. I like monkeys. I took my 200 monkeys home. I have a big car. I let one drive. He wasn't very smart. He was retarded. In fact, none of them were really bright. They kept punching themselves in the genitals. I laughed. Then they punched me in the genitals. I stopped laughing. I herded them into my room. They didn't adapt very well to their new home. They would screech, hurl themselves off the couch at high speeds and slam into the wall. Although humorous at first, this lost its novelty after an hour. 2 hours later I found out why all the monkeys were so inexpensive. They all died. No apparent reason. They all just sorta dropped dead. Kinda like when you buy a goldfish and it dies 5 hours later. Damn cheap monkeys. I didn't know what to do. There were 200 dead monkeys lying all over my room, on the bed, in the dresser, hanging from my bookcase. It looked like I had 200 throw rugs. I tried to flush one down the toilet. It didn't work. It got stuck. Then I had one dead, wet monkey and 199 dead, dry monkeys. I tried pretending that they were just stuffed animals. That worked for a while, that is until they began to decompose. It started to smell real bad. I had to pee but there was a dead monkey in the toilet and I didn't want to call the plumber. I was embarrassed. I tried to slow down the decomposition by freezing them. Unfortunately, there was only enough room in the freezer for 2 monkeys at a time, so I had to change them every 30 seconds. I also had to eat all the food in the freezer so it didn't all go bad. I tried burning them. Little did I know my bed was flammable. I had to extinguish the fire. Then I had one dead, wet monkey in my toilet, 2 dead, frozen monkeys in my freezer, and 197 dead, charred monkeys in a pile on my bed. The odor wasn't improving. I became agitated at my inability to dispose of my monkeys and to use the bathroom. I severely beat one of my monkeys. I felt better. I tried throwing them away but the garbage man said that the city wasn't allowed to dispose of charred primates. I told him that I had a wet one. He couldn't take that one either. I didn't bother asking about the frozen ones. I finally arrived at a solution. I gave them out as Christmas gifts. My friends didn't know quite what to say. They pretended that they liked them but I could tell they were lying. Ingrates. So I punched them in the genitals. I like monkeys. I was only 9 years old. I loved Shrek so much, I had all the merchandise and movies. I'd pray to Shrek every night before I go to bed, thanking for the life I've been given. Shrek is love, I would say, Shrek is life. My dad hears me and calls me a faggot. I knew he was just jealous for my devotion of Shrek. I called him a cunt. He slaps me and sends me to go to sleep. I'm crying now and my face hurts. I lay in bed and it's really cold. A warmth is moving towards me. I feel something touch me. It's Shrek. I'm so happy. He whispers in my ear, "This is my swamp." He grabs me with his powerful ogre hands, and puts me on my hands and knees. I spread my ass cheeks for Shrek. He penetrates my butthole. It hurts so much, but I do it for Shrek. I can feel my butt tearing as my eyes start to water. I push against his force. I want to please Shrek. He roars a mighty roar, as he fills my butt with his love. My dad walks in. Shrek looks him straight in the eye, and says, "It's all ogre now." Shrek leaves through my window. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.